to today's protest. Thanks for turning up. If you're here, then you'll know what the issue is. In short, the issue is that the UK government has done a deal with the Zimbabwean military regime to deport around 150 Zimbabwean people, a lot of whom have been here all their lives, have children here, British children, and have a right to be here, and are scared to go back. They would go back, obviously, to see their homes, their families and their friends. There's a reason they don't, because they're scared about persecution in Zimbabwe. One of the reasons we're here today is to ask the Home Office, who are in there right now, why are they doing this? What deal have they made with the Zimbabwean government? And why are they taking our friends and our neighbours? So I'm going to read out a letter that we're going to hand in to the management when we finished our protest today. It's quite a short one, and it's from a group called the Restoration of Human Rights in Zimbabwe, one of the leading community groups, Zimbabwean community groups in the UK. So the letter is this. So it's addressed to the head senior officer in that building. I hope they're listening now. If they're not, it doesn't really matter because they're going to read it. But there we go. And it's about the planned deportation and removal of Zimbabweans, as I said. And here it goes. It says, I am writing to you on behalf of the Restoration of Human Rights in Zimbabwe with regards to the planned deportation and removal of Zimbabweans from the UK on the 21st of July, next week in other words. As advocates for human rights, we are deeply concerned by the agreement the Home Office has made with the government of Zimbabwe to deport and remove Zimbabweans from the UK to Zimbabwe. This includes asylum seekers and those convicted of crimes. This agreement enables a sharing of information about the deportees which will put their lives at risk. The government of Zimbabwe has a well-documented record of persecuting and killing activists and perceived enemies of the state. Zimbabweans around the world are generally perceived to be enemies of the state in Zimbabwe. It is therefore quite alarming that the deportees will be handed over to a government that has an atrocious human rights record, and Zimbabwean people and friends here can certainly testify to that fact. In 2020, many activists were arrested for protesting, and some, like Alan Moyo, a student activist, spent 75 days in Chikarubi maximum security prison. Among the people who are wrongly arrested and detained by the government are Hopewell Chin Ono, a journalist, Tsitsi Dangaremba, an author, Fadzai Mahire, the spokesperson for the MDC, the Movement for Democratic Change, Joanna Mamombe, a Member of Parliament for the Democratic Change, Takudza Nagazuri, a student activist from the MDC again. Noxolo Mafosa was abducted, tortured and sexually assaulted. And Tawanda Muchewa was abducted and tortured by suspected security agents. And in both instances, it was because security state agencies were looking for the uncles of both Noxolo and Tawanda. The mentioned examples are just a fraction of the people whose human rights have been violated by the government of Zimbabwe. So this brings into question why the Home Office would knowingly deport targeted Zimbabweans back to Zimbabwe to face hostile treatment. As a senior officer of the South Yorkshire Reporting Centre, we therefore urge you not to facilitate the deportation and removal of these targeted Zimbabweans, as doing so will endanger their lives at the hands of the Zimbabwean government. And it's on behalf, and someone called Panika Anselm Karimanzira, who's a spokesperson of this group, the Restoration of Human Rights in Zimbabwe. So that's the message that we're sending to the people in there and to the Home Office nationally. Hands off our friends, hands off our neighbours, and we're here to defend them, and we'll continue to do so.